Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation, with a tale of an ancient silver flask. This is a flask that will be returned to Afghanistan from the United Kingdom, and it was seized at the Gatwick Airport in London. It was dug up in Afghanistan illegally before being smuggled to the UK, museum officials believe, and there's a photo of the flask. An ancient silver flask seized at the airport in London has been unveiled for the first time ahead of its return to Afghanistan, according to the Sunday Telegraph. Photographed exclusively for the Telegraph, it is believed to be the first time it has been seen by the public since it was created more than 4,000 years ago. Amazing. The treasure has come to light only because it was dug up illegally in Afghanistan and smuggled to Britain. The British Museum realized its significance as soon as it was brought to them, and has kept it safely in storage since its seizure at Gatwick Airport. It is now planning an official handover to the National Museum of Afghanistan in Kabul this autumn. St. John Simpson, a senior curator at the British Museum, told the Sunday Telegraph that this is a spectacular museum-quality object. It dates from between 2300 and 2000 BC, when Afghanistan was closely connected by trade with the neighboring Bronze Age civilizations of the Indus Valley, which is now Pakistan, between Iran and southwest Central Asia. Very few other vessels of precious metals survive from that date from Afghanistan or the surrounding countries. What normally happened in antiquity is that precious metal was recycled and melted down. So it is quite fascinating that it did survive. Look at that. Pretty amazing piece of work there. He pointed out to its beautiful engraved design, featuring intricate depictions of humped bulls inlaid with traces of gold sheet set into deeply cut lines. Speculating on who might have owned it in 2000 BC, he said, "Silver has always been the most desirable metal of antiquity. So you're dealing with a member of the elite, female or male. The flask is 12.3 centimeters high, possibly a drinking vessel. It could hold the equivalent of about 2 average glasses of wine. It's a new type. We didn't have a precious metal vessel of this shape before. It is in very good condition. We've checked the authenticity by analyzing the silver, which is very high purity with no modern additions." The British Museum held on to the flask while security forces waited to see whether anyone tried to claim the piece. No arrests have been made. Its return to Kabul is particularly significant. About 75% of the museum's antiquities have been destroyed or looted. They reflected the rich heritage of land that was once a crossroads of Eastern and Western ancient civilizations. Afghanistan continues to be blighted by deadly violence, which is why I would hold on to it before sending it back to the museum. But since the Civil War period of the 1990s, the museum has been restored and is open to the public. Simpson said that it is secure and quite heavily visited, particularly by Afghan school groups and families. I don't know that I would still trust it. The British Museum sees this case as another significant milestone in the identification and return of stolen cultural heritage. Working closely with the police, the UK Border Force, and other agencies, it has helped to recover thousands of looted antiquities in Afghanistan alone since 2003. Well, and the looting is one problem, but the other problem is ancient artifacts being destroyed. We've seen that both in the case with the Taliban in Afghanistan in the early 2000s, and also as was the case with ISIS in Syria. But this flask, the fact that it has survived and wasn't melted down, is quite a fascinating story, and how they were able to test it to make sure there were no modern alloys in the mix, is pretty amazing indeed. I wish I had up close a better photo of this, but definitely quite interesting and fascinating indeed. This ancient silver flask. Fascinating story. So post your thoughts below about this. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.